To create a network in Packet Tracer with static routing, we'll need to go to the End Devices tab and get two PCs out. There we go. Now we'll need to get two layer 2 switches. Go to the End Devices tab and click on Switches. Grab two layer 2 switches out. Now we'll need two routers. Go on the Routers tab and get two routers out. We'll need to connect them. Now all the devices up. Go on the Connections tab and click on Copper Straight Through Cable. Fast Ethernet 0 on the PC to Fast Ethernet 1 on the switch. Repeat this for this PC as well. Copper Straight Through Cable, Fast Ethernet 0 to Fast Ethernet 1. Do the same thing for the routers. Fast Ethernet 2 on the switch and Gigabit Ethernet 0 on the router. Same thing on the other switch. Fast Ethernet 2 to Gigabit Ethernet 0. As you can see, these connections are in red as router interfaces are shut down by default for security reasons. We'll need to manually turn them on in the router's configuration. Click on a copper crossover cable for these two interfaces. We'll need a crossover cable because these devices are the same. These are both routers. As devices that are the same will need a crossover cable. As if you were connecting two switches up, we would need a crossover cable to connect both the switches up. Click on Gigabit Ethernet 1 to Gigabit Ethernet 1 on the other router. Now we'll need to turn on these interfaces. So click on the first router and go on the Config tab. Now we'll need to turn these on, so let's look. So this is Gigabit Ethernet 0. Go on Port Statuses and click on. Click on Gigabit Ethernet 1 and click on. This will turn on the networks. Do the same thing to the other router. Go on the Config tab. Go on Fast Ethernet, Gigabit Ethernet 1 and turn that network on. Do the same thing for this other network here. Click on Port Status and click on. We have turned on the interfaces. Now we'll need to configure IP addresses for the networks. So for the first network, it will be 192.168.0.1. Subnet mask should be 255.255.255, which is a Type C subnet mask. For Gigabit Ethernet 1, we'll need to set an IP address for this network, which will be 192.168.1.1. Subnet mask should be Type C, which it is, which is good. Do the same thing to the other router. Click Gigabit Ethernet 1, type in 192.168.1.2. As this will be .2, as .1 is used by this interface, so this will have to be with .2. We need to set up this network as well, which will be 192.168.2.1 for this interface here. Subnet mask should be Type C, which it is. Now go to the first root PC and go on the Config tab. We'll need to put in a default gateway, which will be the interface of the router connected to the PC's network, which will be 192.168.0.1. Type in the IP address for this PC, which will be 192.168.0.2. Subnet mask will be Type C, as it is. Now do the same thing for the other PC. Need to set up a default gateway, which will be the interface for this router here. Type in 192.168.2.1. Go on the Fast Ethernet 0 tab, click in 192.168.2.2. Subnet mask should be Type C, which it is. Now let's check if this PC can reach this router. Go on desktop and click command prompt. Type in ping 192.168.0.1 and let's see if this PC can ping this router. As we see, we get a reply which shows that it is connected to network. Now, we'll need to configure a static route between these two routers. As this router does not know how to reach this PC here, so we must manually put it in. Type in click on the first router and click on the CLI tab. This will take us to command line interface. Type in exit to go to global configuration mode. Now type in IP route. Now we'll need to put in the destination network which we want to reach, which will be this network here. We'll need to put in the network ID, which will be 192.168.0.2.0. It is .0 as that is the network ID for this network here. Now we'll need to put in the subnet mask, which will be the same subnet mask that was used on this network, which will be 255.255.255.0. A good way to check is just to open this router interface to check if the subnet masks are the same. Now we'll need to put in the next hop IP address, which will be this router's interface here, the Gigabit Ethernet 1 interface on router 15. So what we'll need to do is 192.168.1.2, which is the next hop IP address. Now we'll need to do the same thing to this router here. Click on the CLI tab and click exit to get into global configuration mode. Type in IP route. Now we'll need to put in the IP address for this network here, the network ID, which will be 192.168.0.0. Subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0 as this is type C network. Now type in the next hop IP address, which will be this router's here IP address, which will be 192.168.1.1. Now to test connection, let's go to the first PC and let's ping the other network, which we'll put in 8, this will be 2, and this will be 2 here. Let's see if we can ping this PC here. It will take a while because of ARP requests, but it should work. As we can see, we have a reply, so these PCs can communicate. Let's check on the other PC. Go on the desktop tab, click on command prompt, type in ping this IP address for this PC here, which will be 192.168.0.2. As we can see, these two PCs can ping each other. We have successfully configured static routing on these two routers here. And this is how you configure static routing in Packet Tracer. Thank you for watching.